Good evening again. This is Spot On Weather meteorologist Matthew Euler. And I just wanted to take the time. I'm doing a quick, this is a long range Encore video. And this is the latest guidance I just received. As I mentioned in the previous video I just posted, there's going to be a lot of possibilities of wintry weather across the mid-Atlantic and southeast Virginia, somewhere between the 6th and the 12th of January. This is the latest data. And we're starting off with the 5th of January, next Thursday. We have a high pressure system coming down, drawing some colder air down from the northwest. The Arctic frontal passage is pretty much right through the area. This is at 0700, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, January 5th. You see an area of snow now breaking out across Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma, and eastern Colorado. And this is going to be a development of a storm system, some rain over eastern Texas. And this is what we're going to have to start watching really closely here, is what happens with this as it moves east. So let's take a quick look at the outlook. Let's move this forward a little bit, and I'll show you what's going to happen over time. So if we adjust this up to 156, by this point what we have, and this is the Tau 156, this is Thursday evening, we have an area of low pressure over northern Georgia at 1,009 millibars, and some rain is spread into southeast Virginia. Now you'll notice initially what happens is, with this counterclockwise circulation around this low, it's drawing up warmer air on its eastern side. What that does, it will initially start as all rain over southeast Virginia, with the coldest air back over southern Ohio and into Pennsylvania and New York State well to our northwest. An area of high pressure, 1040 millibar high, is centered over the Colorado area. Colder air is trying to push southeast towards the mid-Atlantic, but it's having a hard time because this area of low pressure is forming at this location over northern Georgia, which isn't allowing the cold air to penetrate very easily towards our area here in southeast Virginia. So now let's move it ahead a little bit. Let's take a look at additional time periods here. So over time what happens is the wave of low pressure, the first wave of low pressure, moves offshore and away from the area. This is by next Saturday, overnight, Friday night, and a Saturday morning. Now look what's happening though. There is an area of low pressure, another area of low pressure is formed, but now it's closer to the coast. It's closer to the coast. We have high pressure over Texas. Colder air is trying to filter in from the northwest, and it's actually getting closer to southeast Virginia at this time. If you've noticed, we zoom in on it, the 540 decameter line is typically your rain-snow line here, but you see with the colder air seeping a little further south, that rain-snow line is closer now to the Hampton Road cities next weekend. And that is because of the development of the secondary area of low pressure for next Saturday. Now let's continue advancing this on. All right, so now by 7 a.m. on next Saturday, the 7th of January, that area of low pressure now has moved from just off of South Carolina, right off the mid-Atlantic here. And now that rain-snow line is even closer to the Hampton Roads area. And it's definitely into southeast Virginia. There is some wintry precip at this time. Again, this is 7 a.m. next Saturday morning, the 7th of January. Colder air is starting to circulate around this 1036 millibar high and is pushing into the area. So again, that's something we have to keep an eye on. Advancing it forward again, now it's all snow all the way down to the coast, all the way down into Virginia Beach. And this is by 1 p.m. next Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. These areas of high pressure now, there is some strengthening in these highs, which is funneling a much colder air in from the north. The wind is going to be blowing clockwise around this high, ushering in colder, more Arctic air, which is going to change that rain over to snow. So this is our real concern. The area of low pressure is pushing off at this point. So, it would be light snow at that time. But again, this is what we're alluding to as far as winter precip events. Winter storms are on the horizon for southeast Virginia. And most of the models have been fairly consistent with this possibility. Notice then, after the storm departs and heads off the coast, we have a nice strong Arctic 1040 high, millibar high, moving in overnight Saturday night into Sunday morning, which will bring these thickness values down. So again, something to keep a close eye on. The high remains over the area for next Sunday, and it continues to park right overhead, strengthening a little bit. right over the top of us by next Sunday afternoon, the 8th of January. And then look, what do you know? Another system is trying to come on in. And so that's what I'm getting at here is there are a couple situations that we're going to keep a close eye on. You can see another system here, Monday, January 9th, some rain and snow or some freezing rain just to our southwest. And so again, we have colder air that is coming down from the northwest. That's for sure. It's just a matter of how much of this cold air gets pushed into here and what is the positionings of these low pressure systems off the coast. What is the timing of the cold as it comes in? Will there be precip in the area? So we just keep going through the long range here. At that point, then there's an area of low pressure that forms. This forms by next Monday evening, and that's producing some rain at this point because we're getting more of a wind off the water. But if this low were to track further out to sea, the colder air would stay lodged in longer, and we could see more winter precip. So again, it's getting active. I just wanted to show you this, that it's getting more active. We are right there in the marginal cold area, the critical values for thickness, but we're starting to get more coastal low development here over the long range. And then if you look out to January 13th, we have another shot of Arctic air starting to pour in from the Midwest. It'll be interesting to see where that goes with time. You can see a little bit of the rain snow again moving back into the mid-Atlantic region by the 14th of January. That's a couple weekends out. That will most likely change, of course. It's farther out and down the road. But the overall pattern is cold. We'll have to watch the orientation amplifications of the jets again. But I just want to show you the latest data I have tonight. And again, somewhere between the 6th and the 12th of January, there's a real good possibility we're going to see wintry weather, wintry precipitation somewhere around Southeast Virginia. So that's all I have for now. I just wanted to share the latest data with you this evening. I hope everyone has a great New Year's. Thank you so much for your viewership. Thank you for subscribing and viewing this channel on YouTube, Spot On Weather. We are your ultimate source of weather in the Southeast Virginia area. And again, we are very grateful to have you watching this video, and we really wish you and your family the greatest in 2017. That's all I have for now. Again, everybody have a great time. It looks like a dry New Year's Eve, a dry New Year's Day. It looks terrific. We will have some moderations in temperatures. We're looking at about 43 degrees when midnight hits tomorrow night in Southeast Virginia. 43 degrees, partly to mostly cloudy, but dry. Again, we don't expect any rain on New Year's Day. It looks to me like the rain will start moving in more towards wee hours of the morning into Monday morning. Early Monday morning, we'll have some showers. Period of rain Monday through Wednesday. We're looking fairly mild. Highs as warm as the low to mid 60s over that period, Monday to Wednesday. And then the cold front moves through Thursday. We'll drop the temperatures. So again, thank you so much for your viewership, folks. I can't thank you enough. So grateful to be able to share this weather data with you and to really give you the most accurate weather I can. You guys have a great night, okay? Take care. Remember, we're spot on weather. If we're not spot on, we're not doing it right. Have a great one, everyone.